start connecting with you because they see value in you.
Yeah, of course. Ah, okay, so this process would actually take about 1 year entirely, right? From applications to coming on the loop and then having the response from the university. I feel they should actually be trying 1 year before they want to have an admission, right? Fall or spring, whichever intakes they want to do.
Absolutely. So
Yeah. Yeah.
right, it takes a year. Sometimes it takes a year and a half, depending on what kind of exams that depending on what course that they're applying for. If they need that sort of time to study for those exams, because these are competitive exams, you need to have a good score and everything. And so it takes that much longer too for some of the programs. But typically, I would say a year. I have seen people come in like 8 months too, which is definitely a lot less than in a year that they worked on. But they must be working like all day long
Yes, of
towards
course.
achieving these goals.
All right, thank you so much for such an in detail and in-depth explanation and insights to our students. It was glad to have you, and I'm sorry for the glitch in the initial starting. We would expect you in the upcoming sessions also in case you have some time, because I know you're really running busy. And from finding time from your travel schedule for us was I really appreciate that. So it was good to have you on the channel, and maybe we could expect, and our students could expect you have more talks with us, so that we can have more enlightening experiences. We can share our talks and discussions, and on the channel we can have you every time. Thank you so much, Ms. Sripriya. It was good to have you on the channel. Please have a good day. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you, Dr. My final sentence, sir, this is always a privilege. We're always learning. Today we only went through an overview of what it is. The more specifics, it's important to talk to industry experts and also with people who've gone through, certain specific experiences and disciplines. I will see what I can do to network with some of them to join us as we do it in a sort of an interview format. I can ask a question, you can ask a question, and they would answer, and we can make it more interactive. And students can write down some of their questions, and they're, allowed to send it to us ahead of time so that we come prepared for those questions, which are specific to their country and to their particular university and stuff.
Yeah, fine. Sure. I will definitely be in touch with you for the upcoming TED Talks, and we really want you there for some more in detail long talks. Thank you so much.